DocuSign. I'll find it later, okay?
Did you get Bflattened in here?
I'll invite him right now.
Yeah. Let's do that. Because like I said, I'm not a big fan of Bflattened, but I have no problem talking, fucking casually with people that I, not a big fan of.
You could go to the other DM that just opened. Man.
Yeah, you said in chat. I don't know what I missed. I just got here. I watched Mac's last video and saw my name.
Yeah, like everything that like you went through, mostly I covered in the Termex video today. But if you got any like other information or like anything to fucking add to that, I mean, I'm willing to hear what you got to say.
B-Flat, I told him about your original reason you were quote-unquote blacklisted from the team as well.
Oh, you got that too? Yeah.
Yeah, so for farming the golden box.
Yeah, that was the loot box thing. That was the loot box thing goes so far too.
And arms race.
Oh,
yeah, and the arms race thing. That was a big one.
Here's the thing. Like I said, I've already gone on record. I'm not a big fan of your content. I've rated you a few times during Borderlands 3, and I watched your content. And I was like, it's just not really vibing with it. But you're a younger guy, so I'm an older guy. I'm gonna like my content a little bit different than what you guys offer. But anyway, what I saw during the Borderlands 3 community was that you got the fucking shaft from Gearbox and 2K when it came to the golden chest. But for some reason, Moxie was given a contract after he blew up off of farming that Lilith golden chest. Am I correct there?
Yeah, that's one, and there's also another one as well, because when that golden chest thing got like huge, I was at TwitchCon at the time. This was end of October 2019. The game was out for about 2 weeks. The first person who covered it was what's the Borderlands 2 modder guy? I forget his name.
EpicNNG.
No, Mopioid. Mopioid was the one who clipped the Lilith chest first, and he was the one that showed pretty much everybody how to do it via that clip.
Okay.
The first person who did it and actually got big off of this was someone named predecessors. Now, I know TwitchCon at the time. Yeah. So I was at TwitchCon at the time, and he was sitting at far above more of his average viewership. And
about
I was like, hey,
600-700 viewers on average, right?
Yeah,
every day I have a buddy named, I don't know if you remember him in the community, but he was making bank off that too. He was a British dude named Twisted, and
yes.
He used to have like 1,000 viewers on fucking Borderlands farming the Lilith golden chest as well. So I know all about this, but go ahead, and I want to hear what you got to say about priesticles and shit.
So I was like, hey, you know what? He's getting, his time in the spotlight. Good for him, right?
Yeah, there's plenty of money out there for everybody to eat.
I didn't, look into it further. I was, on a trip, and all I saw was, he was blowing up, and hey, good for him. I got back. And then there was a person who was attached to the stream team very, very early on named Swifty5.
I know Swifty5.
Yeah,
she was the ex-woke girl that turned into a fucking cam whore.
Pretty much.
Yeah. She used to have her whole side of her head shaved like Angel and everything. And then once she realized that she could sell her pussy on the internet for money, she stopped doing Borderlands content and went to fucking OnlyFans.
And around that time period, her whole personality was that she got fake boobs. That was pretty much her whole personality at the time.
That's a hell of a personality, though. I love boobs.
Yeah, me too.
So she went and joined the stream team. She, honestly, in my opinion, didn't really have a lot of ideas on Borderlands. She was kind of just there for...
She was a Destiny content creator clinger on that came on through knowing people like fucking Mitsu, through Goth, and knowing Damn It to Hell and everything. Which who all, by the way, all three of those, Damn It to Hell, Mitsu, and Goth, all got their start in the Borderlands community because of me. But go on.
So Swifty was very adamant on people who were doing the Lilith chest farm as like an anti thing. and was complaining that people were getting more viewership than her and knocking her down in the Twitch viewership list because what she was doing was farming Grave Ward, what other people were doing was farming the Lilith chest because on launch that was the only content that you could do on Borderlands 3
That's correct.
was either farm Grave Ward or
And if
the
you
Lilith
remember,
chest.
that's when I was doing my my fucking showcases on not only my Crossroads and fucking Mara build, but I was doing the crit swapping and showing people on that at the time.
With the Unforgiven on Grave Ward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Unforgiven and the fucking big ass Torg rocket launcher. The fucking yeah.
So she ends up blocking literally everybody who was attached to the Lilith chest. Myself and anybody else who did it, without even speaking a word. It was just auto block, instant block. Don't want to associate. Let's move on. But I'm just going to still complain about these specific people, and
that sounds
later
about
on,
white. Go on.
Later on, a little bit later on into the lifespan, I think it's about 2 years at this point now. Things are kind of like split between the community. There's the what is an exploit, what is a cheat, what is not, that sort of thing. And that's when you got to see who was policing it and who wasn't policing it. And that's where the community was kind of divided at that point for all those years. It was swept under the rug, nobody talked about it, but it was always still there.
But
and then Arms Race comes
out. To piggyback off that, the reason it was split between the content creators is because these were the people on the stream team under contract doing fucking Gearbox's bidding, and the other people that were fighting for the community to get better. But you're saying Arms Race came?
Before Arms Race comes out, you gotta remember something. Myself, I was quote unquote and considered blacklisted for doing the Lilith content chest. However, the one who started it at the first moment was the Priesticles, and you also said Moxie. Both those people are on the stream team. I am not. And I never have been. So remember that 2 people got onto the stream team and 1 person did not because of the Lilith chest. And then Arms Race comes out.
And
right?
do you know why that you didn't get put onto the stream team? Because they probably viewed you as a volatile asset, like how they viewed me. They look at you as probably like an uncontrollable asset because, somebody in the fucking content creator, probably Schmithy5, like you said,
probably
went to the fucking powers that be. Like you say, there's no actual blacklist. And no, I get that, like, K6 doesn't have an actual blackboard with a list of fucking people on there. He's like, who should I cross out today? No, it's not like that fucking deep. But these content creators do take, these names. They go to the fucking 2K and they say, don't sign these guys. This is why.
Yeah, they do.
And they say, this is who you should sign. And that's how people like Mitsu and Tessa Chick get on the Echo cast. Who the fuck is Mitsu and Echo and fucking, Tessa Chick to be heading up Gearbox's fucking Borderlands podcast? Nobody gives a fuck what fucking Mitsu. Neither of them has a chin between each of them. Like, what the fuck, man? Get them the fuck out of here and give me somebody that's actually going to give me some real information. But you were saying leading up into Arms Race, you didn't get your paycheck and shit.
Steve,
So
what I
Arms
want to
Race-
say though, real quick, B-Flat, is that
Yeah, what's up?
I said this in the stream team. I said, like, why don't you guys make a post that you don't want people abusing the EchoCast things? Like, why don't you post that on your website? Because you're essentially not allowing someone like B-Flat in the stream team when there's motherfuckers like Birdman who has how many followers? Like none. And then there's other people with low follower counts who nobody knows when, you were actually getting views on Twitch. Like, you had like 50, 60 people in your Twitch, like, during BL3.
Yeah, no,
B-Flat was doing well. And that's when you weren't exploiting the chest. When you were exploiting the chest, you would get hundreds sometimes. So I'm like, people have actually heard of you. There's motherfuckers people haven't actually heard of. Like, why don't you guys make a post saying don't exploit the chest?
But here's the funny thing, is everybody's looking at the wrong issue here. Like, this should have never been an issue had they fucking actually tested the fucking game beforehand. They could have had a bunch of content. Like, instead of using content creators, like, as a fucking marketing tool, if they used us pre-release and gave us access to the game, we could help shape the game pre-release and make that shit fucking sick before fucking game. Like, we could have all gone on fucking test channels and tested out our fucking echo cast and make sure there's no exploits and shit like that. Like, none of this is the content creator's fault. All of this is compounded by the fact that Gearbox doesn't utilize content creators properly.
The problem is they don't know what they're doing, and they're in a positivity bubble. Like, they're in their own little bubble.
But I wanted to hear what
so positive together.
Bflattened was talking about headed into arms race.
To kind of like finalize that point, you got to remember that instead of making that post that you were talking about, Thick, instead what they ended up doing was they actually stealth blocked people from using the EchoCast feature afterwards when I believe Twisted actually got blacklisted, like actually blocked from using the EchoCast feature while he was able to stream on Twitch, and a few others too. I didn't get hit by that, but that was a thing as well. They did stealth blocks from people using the EchoCast feature.
That sounds about right. It's like Gearbox's thing. Like I said, it sounds like a conspiracy, but Gearbox likes to control things covertly from behind the scenes. Gearbox hates negative publicity. And this is why I said the only thing that gets shit done in the Borderlands community is fucking negative publicity.
Yeah, it is.
I hate to be that way, but if you look historically, we've got shit done during Borderlands fucking 2 and the pre-sequel days. Like, we didn't have enough viewership on the pre-sequel or enough sales on the pre-sequel for them to justify making the last 2 DLCs that they should have made for the fucking pre-sequel. But we still got the claptastic voyage, and they fixed the fucking endgame as best as they could at the time. You know what I mean? We got shit done. Like, look at Borderlands 3. We had fucking Mayhem fucking 3, which wasn't great, but it was better than Mayhem 11 and Mayhem 10. Like, it was actually fucking playable, and it was still difficult. You know what I mean? Mayhem 3 was hard as shit, bro. And then they dropped the fucking Malawan takedown raid, and then gave us a fucking level cap upgrade and the Mayhem endgame update before we even got our first story DLC. Like, nobody was calling this out. I'm like, what is this? This makes no sense. Why wouldn't you just release a fucking story DLC or wait a few months and let people get to the end game before you start fucking level cap upgrading and shit? Why would you do a level cap and end game level cap upgrade at a month after fucking launch? And that's because Mayhem 4 nerfed everybody's builds.
And it was 3 levels at a time, like it was 600 times or whatever. Yeah.
They did that because then you got to go to Mayhem 4 and get all the new gear that they dropped with all the new class mods that were fucking scaled for Mayhem 4. They literally wanted to kill all your builds for the Malawan takedown raid. They didn't want any of us to go into the fucking takedown raid and just one-shot Wotan. Because, I don't know if you guys know this, but back in the Borderlands 2 days, did you know that Veracitus, the raid boss, was designed specifically to make sure that the community couldn't beat him within 24 hours? Specifically, Baru. Specifically, they made Vora a fucking piece of shit to fuck the community, and specifically Baru. That is a fact.
Why, though?
Why? Because they don't like it when we beat up their bosses, but we end up doing it anyway. And that's the thing. People always like, who's the villain of fucking Borderlands? Gearbox is. It's always been us versus them.
Yeah, it's always felt that way too.
No, but like like I said, and then after I left the Borderlands community in Borderlands 3, right? I called out that battle pass. But for some reason, K6 and Jolts and all these motherfuckers went on record to call me a liar about the battle pass when I've shown proof that Moxie also leaked the battle pass in his episode 7 of the Moxie Bar podcast, which no longer exists in his playlist. But he signed a contract and took his video down. I got copyright striked because they knew I wouldn't sign a contract. You get what I'm saying?
Wasn't the folder also named like Battle Pass _ something?
It literally said Battle Pass microtransactions come online. February,
Yeah.
like, I think it was like February 20th or some shit. Yeah, no, 100%. And that's what they fucking morphed it into the Vault cards and then just shoved it into a DLC because they had content that they didn't have anything else to do with. But yeah, no, they were going to try to do a seasonal Vault card battle pass inside of Borderlands before fixing any of the game-breaking issues. And if they did that, it would have caused a mass exodus from the game. So I decided to take a fucking copyright strike on the chin for the fucking series that I loved because I was no longer covering the game anymore. I was making good money on Twitch fucking covering fucking Drug Dealer Simulator, Genshin, fucking random fucking garbage and growing weed, you know what I mean? Like, I was having a good time. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Borderlands. I'll fucking take the copyright strike and I'll fucking post a video in 3 months when my fucking strike goes away. You know what I mean? No big deal. But that's what I did, and that's what ruined my credibility. Wasn't the copyright strike. I could have fucking defended myself on that. It's when all the other content creators called me a liar publicly on Twitter, on fucking social media, and destroyed my credibility as the #1 Borderlands news and information channel on the fucking internet.
So, arms race.
Yeah, let's go. Arms race. Yes! Try to get to that shit like 30 minutes ago. Let's go.
So, arms race, before we like get fully into arms race, there was a glitch that was covered by Lazy Data. It was the car travel navigation glitch. Originally, Lazy Data covered it to take a vehicle into Maliwan takedown to be able to speed run that and kill Wotan or whatever he was doing with it. Originally covered by Lazy Data with that glitch, and Lazy Data is also on the stream team, by the way. So I'm just going to throw that out there. That's where it originated. He's on the stream team.
Yeah, no, he was in the call with me and K6 for the Battle Pass.
That too, yeah, you were saying that he was attached to that. Then Arms Race comes out, and the same glitch was in the game because for some reason the coding was really weird with it. You were able to do that and attach it to Arms Race. So you can take a vehicle and you can teleport it into Arms Race, and you can, you know,
that's actually fucking hilarious, yo. Like,
yeah, it's great.
Gearbox should keep that. That's fucking amazing.
It was great. So you were able to do all the extraction stuff. You were able to, you know, get the class mods that have like 1% drop ratio.
I bet you one of those little Maliwan blade things with like you fucking you're fucking just skirting around Arms Race, bro.
Yeah, you can do any vehicle. Any vehicle was able to go in there.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So I was covering that glitch because it's funny and people can get the gear that was really, really hard to get, especially the 1% class mods that were near impossible to get if you're not attached with that character. It was great. So I was covering that glitch, and while I was doing this on Twitch, in comes EpicNNG. And he types in the chat, the glitch is happening, I'm literally making a video on it, but Canada Man does it first. I released the video before him on purpose, so that, you know, I was the one who did this pretty much first, you know, outside of, like, in Arms Race or whatever.
As long as that says uploaded before yours on YouTube, then it's your glitch. Now, I get that. I feel you.
Yeah. It was by the hour. It was 1 hour apart.
Stop it! That's how YouTube works. Fuck you, ThiccFila. That's how it works.
And then,
no, I do that shit too.
The way that I did it was the teleporting vehicle glitch, which is like, you know, messing with the code, but not actually going into game files and stuff. Epic changed that glitch. He went into game files, removed the murder cane directly from game files, and then uploaded the same exact glitch that I did so that you could do the car vehicle and also remove all the murder cane, and then uploaded that right after. claiming that was his glitch. Now, I didn't mess with the game files. He messed with the game files, but everyone went after me, but not him, and he gets to
Why
get
would
a
anybody
contract
go
with
after
Gearbox.
you for a fun glitch?
People went after me because it was quote unquote exploding the EchoCast feature to remove legendaries and give it to the community. That's why people went after me.
But that's like the shit that makes Borderlands fun, is the unintentional glitches that people, you know, exploit and benefit. Like, if you look, one of the most fucking celebrated builds in Borderlands 2, the Orphan Maker, relies on fucking, you know, glitching Sal by having the Orphan Maker in a hand to where it doesn't hurt you. You know what I mean? Like, that's not intentional. That's just spaghetti code on fucking Gearbox. That's why they can't remaster Borderlands 2, because literally half of Borderlands 2's fucking endgame builds are all fucking just fucking community glitches and exploits that we found. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see the armory glitch as well from
the armory glitch
as well.
fucking,
that was a big one.
Yeah. Did you know that Pearl Essence came from a glitch in Borderlands 1?
Yep.
Like, some of the original stronger fucking legendaries were glitched, and they would drop as whites. So there was like an off-color white, and people were using them and finding out that these guns were really strong. Like the Thanatos was one of them and shit like that. And then people just started calling these guns pearls. And then Gearbox took that and turned it into a community feature in General Knox, and that's how Pearl Essence were born, was from a glitch in the fucking inside the fucking game files, and the community latched onto it, and Gearbox fucking expanded on it, and it's one of the most beloved features in Borderlands. But that's why Gearbox hates Pearl Essence, because it reminds them that it's not their fucking feature, it's ours. We own Pearl Essence. And that's why they made Pearl Essence garbage in Borderlands 2, to try to devalue the fucking rarity so nobody wants it back. Same thing they did with fucking all the fucking Borderlands DLC, yo. They purposely devalued the fucking DLC over the years. And then what we got was fucking Arms Race and fucking then Tiny Tina's fucking PLCs and shit. And if you look historically over the years, it's gotten smaller and smaller, because they realized during Borderlands 2 that when the Headhunter pack sold like a motherfucker, they's like, we're giving away too much content in our DLCs for what we're making on these Headhunter packs. And that's why they set out to fucking devalue the franchise and devalue the series. And that's when they originally came to me to try to buy me for the pre-sequel. And I told them no. And then I saw it all happening again with Borderlands 3. And I fucking tried to call it out, but people didn't believe me. I didn't have any evidence. So I had to be quiet for 2 years. Because like I said, people, when they think they're being watched, will not do anything wrong. But if you let somebody, if you leave $100 bill on the counter, nobody will touch it because they think they're being watched. But if that same $100 bill is on the curb outside, they're going to pick that shit up and walk away. That shows you the true character of the person that fucking, you know, that they are. And that's exactly what I did. I had to walk away from the community for 3 fucking years and let these motherfuckers shill as hard as they wanted to and fucking collect as much receipts as I can to expose all these motherfuckers for the fucking two-faced motherfuckers they are.
So during the whole arms race time period, Epic and a bunch of his friends together, you know, you can name them all off easily. It's, you know, Epic, Bird, Quag, you know, all of them, that group. They basically all collectively, you know, they've gone on stream. You know, I have clips, I have videos, I have screenshots of the entire thing still, of, you know, messages, you know, calling people piece of shits for using glitches like that, and saying that it's like destroying the game, etc. And
if it gets people playing the game and they're having fun, then who gives a fuck what they're doing with their game? They paid the $60.
And it's funny how you mentioned that people won't do anything if they know they're being watched, because I get a DM from Epic while I was on stream doing this, and he was basically saying, I highly recommend you not do that glitch anymore. Gearbox is watching. You're going to cut ties and burn bridges with people you don't even know or attach to. You just said, just trust me as a friend. Stop it. You're gonna burn bridges with people. And
Dude,
he said,
thank
yeah.
you. Thank you for confirming that. People think I'm fucking crazy when I tell them that Gearbox and 2K have people on payroll that sit there and watch Borderlands streams all fucking day. And they fucking watch what the community's doing and they cherry pick information from it.
If you want
Yeah, they do.
screenshots of that, I still have those.
Yes,
So
for
if you
sure,
ever want the
100%.
proof.
I'll fucking follow. You can fucking follow me on Twitter. I'll follow you back, and you can DM me whatever the fuck you want, bro. As long as
Absolutely.
it's not a dick.
Don't swing that way. But
I don't
I'm
either.
flattered that.
Well, some people just like showing their dicks, bro. But anyway, Arms Race came out in EpicNNG. Go ahead. Yeah, he was watching you in the chat.
He was watching in the chat, and then he was basically later on after the saying such and things like, Gearbox is watching. Later on, I get this massive DM basically saying like, I backstab people, I ruined the Borderlands directory, everything like that. Like, people only want these glitches, etc., etc., and like. That's kind of where it just ended off right there from Epic, but
that's that gaslighting and manipulating tactics, bro. Them to suppress smaller channels. If you don't do what we want, like Gearbox is gonna come and get you. Like they use that as a fucking like they refuse to use their channel as a flaming sword against Gearbox, but they wield their connections with Gearbox as a flaming sword against smaller content creators like you and ThiccFila.
And then. Now, basically, the big thing here is that they were completely anti-glitch. That's the big thing.
Okay.
DLC 4 comes out, that is Psycho Krieg.
Yes, sir.
There was a glitch that came out in there for the treasure room. The treasure room glitch was basically being able to infinitely spawn the treasure room at the end of the story as many times as you want. Now, Epic got an early access copy to that DLC 4, and he said he found that glitch within the first, 7 hours of having that. And he DMs me on Twitter, and he goes, Bflat, absolutely cover this glitch. Easy views, easy everything. He's like, I'm going to cover it on my channel. It's still on his channel, by the way. That same glitch that he was so anti-glitch about, still on his channel. He said, go for the easy views. Make a video on this before they nerf it, etc. And I was like, okay, I don't mind glitches.
When did he send you that Twitter? Before the DLC came out?
It was pretty much right at the time that he uploaded that.
He set you up,
video. So it was.
He set you up.
I'm pretty sure it was still in early access because he was also talking in Twitch chats as well about that he has early access copies to these DLCs.
Bro, he set you up.
No, but what I'm saying is, did he DM you that when he was on his pre-release version? So he's sharing pre-release information.
Do you not see that, though? He set you up, bro. He found the glitch and wanted you to post it so you take the heat for it, and then he could post it afterwards. And then it's already public knowledge at that point, so he's not the one that he put it out there, yo. He set you up.
I can look back at timestamps for when the DLC released and when he DM'd me that, because it was very, very close to being, publicly released. It was very, very close, though. Because I got patched in the first 12 hours that it released. It was a very quick patch.
You see how EpicNNG is allowed to talk about the fucking conversation with 2K and shit, but every time I make a video on it, I get fucking copyright strikes, right? He set you up, bro. He set you up with that. He gave you the glitch. He knew about it, and he knew that if you were the first one to expose that glitch, you'd take the heat from Gearbox and 2K for fucking posting that and from the community. And then when he posts it, he's just spreading it because it's already fucking community knowledge now.
Or he can just use that to call it out later, too.
Yeah, he set you up, bro. So go ahead. He was posting on Twitter about the glitch and everything.
Yeah, he was posting on Twitter about the glitch. He was talking about, posting about it, and he was completely, reversed on the entire thing. And later on in the Twitter DMs, he was stopped posting for a bit. He took a little bit of a break, and then he DMs me something kind of weird. He says, I'm not enjoying making content in this community right now. And that was kind of strange because he was really actively part of, Gearbox and all these pre-releases and things like that. But he said, I'm not really actively enjoying making content in this community, and then later on comes out all these reduxes and mods and everything, which makes it seem to me that it was just for, you know, money,
Yeah,
payroll,
that's when
whatever.
he fucking like it takes a toll on you when you sell your soul and your integrity for money, yo. That shit, like, if you have any bit of fucking like of conscience, that's why I don't do it, yo. Because that shit would eat at me and cause me anxiety all fucking day that somebody's gonna find out and it's gonna come out like it is right now, and I'm gonna fucking ruin my whole fucking career over it.
Yeah, that's why I stopped
2022 rolls
streaming, honestly.
around.
Yeah, 2022 rolls around.
That's when that big expose video basically dropped from Siege. Siege dropped a big video. He gathered me and a couple of others in on our side.
That ruined his career too, bro. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, it completely messed up Siege. And
go ahead and explain it to people that don't know who Siege OC is.
So Siege OC is basically a person who I would say sides with people like myself. It's Termax, Crypto, ThiccFila.
Yeah, he's
kind of
he's part of that crew.
Yeah, he's part of our crew basically. So all of us gathered together to just expose, you know, EpicNNG with screenshots, by the way, clips of them, Bird, that screenshot that you posted in your video about Quag, you know, throwing around a blacklist.
Got that from Termax's video and shit,
yeah, so all of that was kind of just dropped into this and exposing just what they were kind of doing and terrorizing people for the last like 3 years or whatever.
Kind of what I'm doing, yeah. He basically
essentially
he did the same shit I did. He fucking put these motherfuckers on a spotlight in a microscope.
And what ended up happening was the complete opposite effect of what you would think would happen. Everyone turned their eyes and spotlights to Siege and basically went after him, and it got to the point where he actually took the video down because he was getting like harassed completely. Now he's a smaller content creator. He's not a very big guy.
For a while. All of his shit.
Yeah,
he went private
for a while.
He disappeared from the internet from this, yo. I remember this.
And I don't know if you saw that video, but it was basically showing all the.
Yeah, no, I'm well informed. I like I said, I have kept tabs on the community throughout the whole fucking years, but it's good to hear it from other content creators' voices, because when I say this shit, I'm a hater, I'm bitter, and I'm jealous. But when other people step up and they fucking show pattern and repeated behavior, then you can see that this is not one-off like times. These are actually, like I said, these are cold and calculated plans and decisions that show that there's a hierarchy throughout the fucking Borderlands stream team that goes all the way from the bottom all the way to K6, Jolts, and eventually to a 2K representative.
And I mean, shit just kind of rolls downhill eventually, right? And
but this goes all the way to the top with, like I said, inside the fucking contracts that they bundled everybody's fucking YouTube, Twitch, and everything for one stream a week and paying them a fucking $36,000 a year paycheck for their fucking silence. And Gearbox got a bargain, bro. Gearbox got like the best marketing squad they ever got for fucking $3,000 a month, bro. It was crazy. But you said Siege OC made his video.
And then everybody turned their spotlight onto Siege, and they basically completely ignored the entire thing. And they basically just focused on one point, and that was Siege is starting drama. Attack Siege for starting drama. Bringing stuff up, you know, going after nitpicky things, but ignoring the entire point that, like, you know, people went on clip and stream and saying this person is bad, don't follow them, don't go near them, blah.